Goedemiddag, welkom op onze persconferentie. Good afternoon, welcome to our press conference. We'll just wait for a minute for the cameras to install. Okay, welcome coach.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Come on.
This is going to be very fast. Thomas.
Hey coach, can you tell us how it went the last days?
It's been pretty busy and pretty hectic, as you can imagine. I think firstly, excitement, looking forward to the challenge, what comes for me and my staff, and the challenge of the football club as well. So I'm absolutely delighted to be here. And like I said, yeah, as you can imagine, it's been pretty busy and pretty full on. Nothing but professionalism in terms of how the club sold, or the owners, Vincent, everyone regarding that sold this club. And since coming here and being involved in this environment and seeing it, it's exactly what they said.
David.
Oh, hi Scott. Can you tell us a little bit about the reasons why you chose to come into this story at Club Brugge?
Well, I think the main reason was after having conversations with the people who made the decisions and having some real in-depth conversations with the people, I think the club aligns with exactly how I see football clubs. Huge history, and I think the past in terms of how I've seen things, how the club has been run, the success the club have had. I always thought, or certainly I had a feeling that this would be a great fit for me. Young coach, very passionate about what I do, and I want to excel in the best environments, really. And I don't see a better environment for me personally at this present moment in time. So, a young squad that need developing, individuals developing to reach their end goal and become the players that the football club, and certainly in a short space of time, how I see it, get into their potential really. And I think history probably tells you with me that that's something I've done pretty well. So I like developing young players. I like getting them to where they need to get to really. And yeah, like I said, it's just a good fit. I feel like it's a good fit.
Junior.
Hi coach.
Hey.
What kind of coach are you? What can we expect on football-wise then?
Intense coach in the sense of what I expect from my team, what I expect from the players. There's a motto outside this training ground which is no sweat, no glory, and it probably emphasises everything what I'm about really. I was a player that was fully committed, worked tirelessly, always said to myself that, at the end of my career, or I want to get the best out of every bit of me, and I realised pretty young, and that's probably stuck with me for a long time. So I think first and foremost, what you can expect from me and what you can expect the team to look like is 1,000,000% commitment. 1,000,000% commitment. When you step over that line, they're representing this football club, and how you're seeing my team is exactly that really, a mentality about it that is exactly the motto, what this club stands for. Technically, I'm a coach that likes the ball. We want to dominate games. We want to put our superior always on games and be a top team in every game we go through, and there's big details in that. So on the field and with my staff and the players. So certainly over the course of time, you'll hopefully see a real style and a real way of which we play. The foundations are, like I said, a team fully committed and a team that are tireless in trying to be successful, really.
David.
Could you tell us maybe a little bit more about your previous jobs at Fulham and Bournemouth, how that went?
Brilliant times at both places, successful, which was key. As you can imagine, I went into Fulham as a coach during a very difficult season at the time. Got the job the following year, and in a very difficult league, the Championship. Yeah, tough league with a lot of games, and the quality in that league is very difficult. We managed to get promotion and have success, and from there went on to Bournemouth again. Another tough job in the sense of Bournemouth were a team that had already been in the Championship 1 year before that, so second season in the Championship is always very difficult. Developed a lot of players in that side, young players to obviously move in the way we see them, and again managed to go up automatic really. So like I said, I've been in management now for 3 years. I've had 2 promotions out of the Championship, which was a massive success for me. The disappointment of a Premier League season. But yeah, my experiences at both clubs were very good, and ultimately, like I said, as a coach, sometimes it's very difficult to have success. I think we all realise the difficulties of coaching and how difficult that can be in this modern day in management. And I'm privileged and honoured enough to know that in 3 years we've been hugely successful, really. So yeah, both them clubs were very good experiences for me.
Thomas.
Who called you? What did you know about our league? And also, since your appointment, what have you seen or learned?
I mean, over the course of it, in terms of the football club, understand that in terms of the league, probably not as much. But certainly as a football club in Club Brugge, totally understand what it was about with big history. So yeah, the team and where it sits at the moment in terms of real detail in the squad, I think it would probably be a little bit unfair of me, and certainly it will be not with the biggest amount of knowledge as such. I have an understanding of individuals and players, but I wouldn't really want to comment at this moment in time regarding that, really. I'm excited. I really like the look of the team. I like the look of the individuals, and the team have done very well for large parts.
David.
Coach, would you be here without the Champions League? Because, I mean, it's just the Belgian league if you look at it further.
Yeah, that wasn't the driver for me one bit. Of course, it's a massive honour, and it's amazing where the club's been. What's important for me is the next job I took. The most important thing was to me to be around people who align with how I see things, a clear strategy, a clear plan. While you can have ups and downs and there's bumps in any road, of which we all understand, just a real clear strategy of how things are done here. I recognise that on a piece of paper. I recognise that looking from the outside, because you could see there's obviously a clear structure here and a clear philosophy on how this club are run. Now I'm here. Now when I was speaking to the people as well, that aligned, and that's the most important thing for me. I'm a young manager but wants to be successful. I realise the challenges what every manager has, and I realise the pitfalls and where it needs to be. And for me to do my job at my optimum and to be successful, and the club to be successful, you need to be around that. So that's the main reason.
Junior.
What do you expect from the second part of the season? Because now fourth in the league, a huge gap with Genk. Are you going to manage to try to get the title, or do you think that's going to be very hard?
Well, I think it's probably really early for me to say. Look, I've come here wanting us to win football matches and be right up there. At the same time, I'm a realist, and I understand that. I understand that, really. So I think it's fair to say that over the coming weeks, the challenges what I'll see or what I won't see, these are all going to be things what are probably going to jump out at me over the course of that, good, bad, some indifferent. When someone steps in as a head coach halfway through the season, then you're going to have to quickly work out where things need to change or how you want to put your stamp on it. Like I said, I have a clear idea of what I want to do, and I'll be trying to enforce that as quick as we can, really, on the team.
Coach, did you have any contact with Dennis Odoi before signing here? And if he has he given you any advice?
I only had some contact with him once we signed, really. So yeah, it was very positive about the club. Spoke very highly of it. Spoke very highly about base camp and the squad in general. So yeah, they were just really early conversations. I'm looking forward to meeting Dennis again tomorrow. Had a brilliant experience with him at Fulham, ultra professional and a very good football player, really. So looking forward to touching base with him and him giving me a hand in certain things if possible.
David.
Coach, last week at Bournemouth there was some fuss with the board as well when you got sacked. People in England were saying maybe Scott Parker is a difficult guy. How would you respond to that? You say what you think probably also. So.
Yeah, I'm not difficult. I'm far from difficult. I want to win and I want to be successful. And of course, I understand that how certain things maybe be perceived from in certain moments. At certain moments, you sit in this position after games with emotion at certain times, but ultimately, yeah, I want to win and I want to be successful. I don't want to foul. So yeah, I mean, perception or narratives, they're very common nowadays and they're very common in the world we're in, certainly. But all I can say is I gave every bit of me like I do at every single job. Worked tirelessly to try and be successful and try and get the club promoted. And we managed to do that. And that's me, heart on the sleeve, with one goal, which is nothing other than wanting a football club, wanting everyone to have success, really. So that was exactly it.
Junior.
You see this job as a long-term job, or is this...
No, for sure, yeah. I stepped in here this morning and nothing but impressed. I've been impressed from the minute we started speaking. For sure, this is the right place for me. The history in terms of how the club's run and how the club's gone about, like I said, with developing players, buying young, exciting talent that obviously needs improving or at least reaching their goal. I have big experience in that. I had big experience at my first job as a under-18s coach at Tottenham, around elite environment, exactly like here, elite players, young players, and I've developed them, and for sure that's a big factor here as well. So this is a brilliant place for me, and I think it'll be a very good marriage moving forward, really.
Thomas.
Did you have a good look at the way our league is organized, the rules and stuff?
Yeah, I did, yeah. I mean, it's very, very different. Very, very different. So, yeah, I suppose I'm used to playoff systems in England to a certain extent with the Championship. If you go from 4 to 6, there's obviously a playoff route. So, but yeah, this is something that obviously I've spoke about. I still not fully understand it. We'll get there.
You see this job as a improvement or a step back from Premier League, because the rest of the league, you have very good environment here, but the rest of the league, so we have some smaller teams.
But environments are the most important thing for me. Mm-hmm. Of course, the Premier League, the biggest league in the world, we can't deny that for sure. What's important for me, for my progression, is being in the right place, and I feel I'm in the right place best for me to keep improving and to keep being successful. And this is a big challenge for me. English coach, stepping out of England where I've been all my life, and coming into a new environment, a new culture, and it's something that I can't wait to embrace, something I can't wait to be around, and I believe, that I'll have a big impact on everyone, hopefully.
Okay, David.
Just on the internet, I just saw someone saying it's been difficult for English coaches abroad. You would like to quit this tendency maybe right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably not many. There's probably not many what go abroad. Time will be the test for that, I suppose. Ultimately, time will be the test. But I have no doubt that with my qualities, with my staff's qualities, with the qualities of the football club and the squad, that we can be successful. And I believe we will be successful. That's down to me to drive that every day. That's down to me to keep pushing fans, the stadium. You know, we need to come together and really, push forward.
Laatste vraag, last question.
You've already looked into the problems of this team the last months, or you know what's going on? Or?
Football is everyone has problems and blips in certain moments. I've took a snapshot of having a look at that. Of course I have, and again, with the utmost respect of previous coaches, I'm not fully aware at the moment because I've only just stepped in here. Until I can get my eyes on the players and see what they're doing. Had huge success, incredible success in the Champions League, qualifying from a very tough group, and like anything in teams, sometimes you can have tough times and sometimes you can have blips, and maybe that's the case here at this present moment in time. So a new stimulus now, me coming in here, you know, it's my job to work out quickly if or where them problems are and try and eradicate them and try and get the better of them.
Oké. Dank u wel. Thank you very much. We gaan buiten voor de one-on-ones, alsjeblieft. Dank u.
Thank you.